This is the dumbest crew I've ever seen. These two knuckleheads come to rob money, and they run into the wrong guy, Tuco. They even go and say his grandma isn't sweet. You gotta understand, family means everything to the Salamanca clan. And these two guys' unfriendly attitude is basically asking for trouble. After all, in Breaking Bad, Tuco's guy got taken out just for saying the wrong thing. Tuco beat him to death, and these two knuckleheads' fate is pretty obvious. But in front of Grandma, Tuco is always the perfect grandson. He can't do anything rough in front of Grandma, so he has to send Grandma upstairs to watch TV first, and tells Grandma to turn the volume all the way up. He'll take care of things down here. Once Grandma goes upstairs and closes the door, Tuco gets ready to handle these two punks his own way. And these two not-so-bright knuckleheads actually have the nerve to threaten Tuco with the cops, saying if he doesn't give them money, they'll call the police. All these suicidal moves are basically testing Tuco's limits, so Tuco pretends to get them some money, but instead grabs Grandma's walking stick.
No! Snitch.
A little while later, worried Grandma comes out to check on things, but now there's only Tuco in the living room, and some ketchup on the carpet. Learning that her good grandson handled the trouble, Grandma gets ready to come down and help clean up. After all, carpets are really expensive, like the ones in Tuco's house are all handmade. Seeing Grandma wants to come down, Tuco says he can handle it by himself, tells Grandma to go back and watch TV, so she doesn't miss the good parts. In front of Grandma, Tuco is completely the perfect grandson. Then Tuco calls his crew, telling them to drive over and deal with those two guys. Just as Tuco is about to keep cleaning the carpet, Unlucky Jimmy shows up too, and he's outside yelling that he's an officer of the court. Hearing Jimmy's words, Tuco also grabs the revolver from on top of the cabinet. So then we get the scene that follows. Then Tuco pats Jimmy down. After confirming he has no weapons, he pushes Jimmy onto the living room couch, ready to let him explain himself. And Jimmy quickly explains who he is, saying he's just a lawyer. The reason he's here is because he got a call from his clients, and his clients are those two unlucky guys. So Jimmy came here with no bad intentions. But then Tuco's grandma comes out again. Tuco quickly hides the gun behind his back. When Grandma sees Jimmy, she thinks Jimmy was with those other two guys. But Tuco says this guy is just a door-to-door salesman. Then he tells Grandma to go back to her room and rest, saying he'll handle things here. And right then, Jimmy also notices the bloodstains on the carpet. Those two unlucky guys might already be done for.